Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Power Pack podcast. Say that 3 times fast. Known worldwide as the trend-setting, record-breaking, ground-shaking, booty-shaking forum for Choose commandos and Mormons militants. This is the Yin and the Yang, a.k.a. the Mothership. And ladies and gentlemen, you're goddamn right. I am still the 2-time USW heavyweight champion, Anthony Chu, a.k.a. Chuzilla, the ultimate thriller. All muscle, no filler, baby. And on today's episode, we go back in time to feel old once again. As we go down memory lane through some martial art films, WWE Monday Night Raw celebrates its ongoing airing program of 25 years, and that was just Monday, folks. I will be here all week. And that was just Monday night. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Retro Gamers merchandise is about to get a facelift because, quite frankly, I am going to put my 2 cents on it. What the fuck with Friday, ladies and gentlemen? And we'll talk more about the XFL Royal Rumble, fan mail, Chu'd Out, all your fun shit in here. We put it all together for you so you don't have to do a damn thing but listen and look damn good, doing whatever you're doing and being wherever you are. And a progress report, once again, from my co-host here. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring his ass onto the mic, shall we? So without further ado, folks, here we go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, right now, he is the militia leading, fan greeting, top tier seating, intern browbeaten, podcast fleeting, owner, operator, guru of the More of the Same network. Ladies and gentlemen,
stiff upper lip.
He is known as my co-host, Mr. Co-host to you. He is Larry. I didn't wake up in jail for 175 years or become a serial stowaway on an airplane, Mormon.
What's going on, everybody? Anthony, how you doing?
Brother, we have just come off the heels of watching the Royal Rumble. Your boys attended Raw 25. I'm doing great because no 9 to 5 today. We specifically waited to record this today, the day after the Royal Rumble, so that we could talk about it. So it was very, very good strategy on your part, my friend. Yes, let's not bullshit the fans. We did get into a little bit of an argument over what happened last night, but we'll reveal more about that. The day's been good. Just waiting to start the week. What's up with you, brother?
Nothing. PayPal decided to screw me over. Ticketmaster decided to screw me over. So I'm having a fun day today.
You smell that?
What do I smell? What is that?
I smell a victim coming up very soon.
They're very, very much so. Very much so.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Not very
this
happy,
is not going to be good. Well, Larry, I don't really want to start off this podcast on a downer.
Let's start it good.
I mean, we're both alive. We're breathing. We're kicking. We're doing all right. Let the good times roll, whatever the fuck that rap was that you did last week. But let's start this on a little bit of a downer here. And it's not that bad of a downer, but this is not exactly very encouraging. Yep. Remember how about an episode or 2 ago, I said that my flag was at half staff, not that flag, downstairs, but when I found out that my girl Misha Tate is now pregnant with Johnny Nunez's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, brother, it's your turn. Do you know why?
Why?
It was just put out yesterday and confirmed by multiple sources that your girl, Paige Van Zandt, is now engaged.
Yeah, I saw that. What's going on with all these MMA chicks?
Fuck!
Terrible.
What the hell, man?
Terrible.
Between the MMA world, okay, Rousey's married. Was it
Who's she
Tate
married to?
one of those one of the heavyweight UFC guys or former UFC guys.
Okay.
I forgot what his name was, but
I think I saw him on Twitter.
yeah, he was an okay fighter. Between him, Misha Tate being pregnant and I think engaged, Paige Van Zandt now engaged, my girl Michelle Waterson's married with a kid, and every female on the WWE locker that is beautiful is fucking married or engaged too. What the hell?
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Are there any good women left? I mean, Jesus.
And not only that, don't they know that for their own enterprises that it's really not good to announce if they're going to be engaged or pregnant or anything? It actually does them. They lose fans.
I really think the only female that's single on the in the WWE roster, whether it be NXT Raw or SmackDown, is Asuka.
Probably, but nobody's ready for Asuka.
Oh my God, I am so ready to marry her. I will marry this woman. She is so fine. I ever tell you about that story about when Fine, that's okay. You think I'll be complaining? I'll break my arm for her. It's not a big deal. Or what is it? A choke out? It's really a choke out, right?
It's like a chicken wing.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay. It's not a problem by me.
Would you rather have a chicken wing from Asuka or from Mr. Bob Backlund?
Well, that's right. Like saying prestige over pleasure, I would go with the pleasure. I can't lie. Prestige you can get anytime, but pleasure, that's a rarity, man. Now, or Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is gorgeous.
She's cute. She's adorable.
She's really adorable, cute girl. She's got that Japanese anime cosplay thing going on. I think that's kind of hot.
Well, that's not really cosplay as much as that's her passion. Like she's a boater. She does a lot of yachting competition.
I don't know jack squat about yachting, but I will learn if she wanted me to. Listen, you're talking to a guy who basically finds Megan Martin, American Ninja Warrior Megan Martin. By the way, Megan, if you're listening to this, or anybody who knows Megan Martin, or anybody who is associated with her or speaks to her, let her know I'm in love with her. I'm deeply in love with her. Not to the point of stalking or obsession, but I am in love with her. And if she ever wanted to marry me, that is the only woman I will take over any female on this planet right now. I don't know shit about rock climbing or gymnastics, but you know what? Damn it, I'll learn. And she's also the only female I will actually give up being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for to become a Denver Broncos fan.
No, Broncos aren't bad.
Woman. I'll incomplete. I could deal with that.
I mean, they know Pats, but whatever.
For her love, well, if I'd rather jump off the fucking Empire State Building before I become a Pats fan.
It's all right. I can't wait for family-friendly football to make it to the airwaves. So
now, okay, well, are we done with the Paige Van Zandt now?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I've been done with her as soon as she got engaged.
Exactly. Done. Another one bites the dust, man. So let's talk about family-friendly football. Say that 3 times fast. What do you think about the XFL being relaunched in 2020?
I'm looking forward to it. It's a different XFL. Did you watch the press conference?
No, I did not. I was actually working that day.
It's an intro. I mean, I didn't watch it live. I watched it later. It's less than a half hour. It's pretty much
give the folks the rundown.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a call. It was a call-in press conference with just Vince, and then just different news media called in. But basically, they're looking to relaunch the XFL as, again, a no-nonsense, family-friendly, quicker football. It's not the XFL from 2001. The XFL from 2001 was,
stupid.
in your face. No, I wouldn't say stupid. It was in your face.
No, it was dumb.
No,
bro.
it wasn't. It really wasn't. They changed some rules a little bit, like the 1 foot inbounds, and I think they did something with the kickoff and some other things. And actually, you played. Like, the better you played, the more wins you got, the bigger bonuses you got. So they actually, that was an incentive. Also, the signs of the time, is a lot of the, with the cheerleaders and everything. I'm not complaining about it, but again, it was 2001, so they focused a lot on the cheerleaders and stuff. They had,
but it was also too gimmicky.
Well, I'm getting to that. Let me finish. Well, what not? It was gimmicky because the ratings started to slump in the ratings, so they just needed to do stuff. The biggest problem, and set your recorders. I mean, it's a podcast, so you already have it. But this is a rarity, what I'm about to say. But one of the few things that actually was the downfall of the XFL was having the wrestlers on the show. Actually doing the crossover with WWE hurt the XFL. Having JR and the King do play-by-play for football. Having, Jesse Ventura was doing stuff for football. That's what hurt it. This press conference with the new XFL, like one of the first things Vince said is there will be absolutely no crossover whatsoever between the XFL and the WWE. This is its own entity. This is its own thing. Vince made a new company, that Alpha Enterprises, or whatever it's called. That is completely separate from WWE. And Vince McMahon himself said, other than really that press conference, you will not see Vince in front of a camera when it comes to XFL. So and he also put up $100 million of his own money for this.
Well, that in itself really questions exactly what direction the WWE is going.
But it has nothing to do with WWE.
Well, when you sell $100 million worth of stock, out publicly, it means you need money for something else. Now,
an investment.
they're also trying to cut costs in a lot of different ways, which is why, folks, you don't see fireworks anymore in the shows. There's a lot of things that they cut out.
Better off without fireworks.
Well, I mean, depends. If it was like a very big scale event, yes, I think that it should be important.
You know what?
I don't think every entrance or every title win or whatever should have fireworks. I think it should be saved for a special occasion.
We'll see what happens at Mania.
Okay. So,
but again, this is Vince's own money and has nothing to do with the WWE. And it's really, even though they've been trying to relaunch it for a few years, this is really like an answer to people like me, a lot of people I know who got fed up with the NFL, with the the bullshit with the kneeling and the politics, and also the politics of football. And
but
also,
now wait a minute.
Hold on, one more thing, and I'll let you go. And then also, all these thugs, and they are thugs that are playing the game of football.
But no, wait a minute. So you're telling me that a guy like Colin Kaepernick can't get a job in the NFL? So if the XFL gives him the right amount of money and then he goes on to the field for the first game and he fucking kneels, you're going to still watch XFL?
No, he won't get that far. Because what Vince laid out is there will be a set of rules that the players and the coaches, the referees, everyone involved have to follow. Not just the national anthem, though a lot of the media who called in brought that up. But Vince said it's not only the quality of the play, but it's the quality of the player. They want these players to be, they don't want them to have like these current criminal records. Vince even said if you get a DUI or DWI, during the season, you're not playing. You're sitting out the next game. And when it comes to the national anthem, because a lot of people mentioned it, Vince made a good point, and not just in the United States, but it is a tradition pretty much majority of the world. Before any sporting event, they play that country's national anthem. And it is, again, traditional and respectful, not just in the U.S., but in all countries, to stand up and show respect for your own national anthem. Now, he didn't outright come out and say that, if you don't stand, you're kicked out. What he pretty much said was, we're going to lay down bylaws, and if you don't follow the bylaws, which you will know before you sign your contract with the XFL, you will know exactly what you're getting into. If you don't agree with one of those lines, do not sign. So, in other words, if it's in the rule book, I'll use as an example because you mentioned it. If it says that you would need to stand during the national anthem, well, you signed a contract. If you want to get paid, you stand for the national anthem, which I think should be done anyway, but that's another topic for another time.
Now, wait a minute. Is required patriotism a standard practice within a guideline for something like sports?
It should because yeah, everyone stands. Please rise for the national anthem. It's what you do. It has nothing to do with the U.S. It has everything to do with just in your own country and for, the anthem. But again, we're focusing on one little thing. The overall aspect of the XFL is you're on the gridiron. You're there to play football. Nothing else. And that's what he's looking for. He wants to bring football back. And he said he's going to listen to the fans. He's going to listen to the players. He's going to listen to the media. He's going to listen to doctors. He's going to make the game as safe as, not just him, his team. He's hiring a team. He's going to put together this whole team. They're going to make it safer for the players. And they really, they want to get it down to like a 2-hour game, which sounds good to me.
Do you really think that the XFL is going to actually make it in a sense that, I'm not saying that it will replace the NFL.
It won't. It never will.
The NFL has been around for so long. I think that people are just so used to things that have been around for so long. It's very hard to break habits. He's going to have to really work extra hard. He, meaning Vince, is going to have to work extra hard to really try to convince the no pun intended, Vince. But he's going to have a very hard time trying to basically either convert or convince people to watch his XFL. I mean,
he's not competing with the NFL.
Because you know what it is? His name, his brand, his company, whatever it may be. I mean, he can call it Clowns R Us. Is pretty much synonymous and attached to sports entertainment. Now, you have a lot of skeptics out there who are going to say, well, what makes this not going to be sports entertainment? How do we know that the rules aren't set up like it is in pro wrestling? Or how do we know that the play or whatever it may be, or the management or the games are not rigged?
Okay,
because
hold on. Did you not just hear
that.
What I said in the beginning when he said they're two complete?
No.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Hold on. No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is that, what I'm trying to say is that there are people who are going to be skeptical.
That was in 2001.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is that there are people who are going to still be skeptical and saying how, well, we really don't know because a lot of the sports that we're looking at now are rigged. You know what I mean? That were possibly rigged or possibly set up and to generate business.
No one says that.
No, there are people who are out there who are there are sports editors who feel and people who report for the media who believe quite possibly that there are certain things that are set up.
I've never heard of that.
Recently. You never heard of that. So you don't know of a guy like Stephen A. Smith from ESPN. People like there are countless people who report these quote unquote think outside the box type reporters. Who don't look at it as a standardized way, like Wade Keller.
That's not reporting. That's just giving opinion.
How is that opinion? Well, it is opinion, yes, but they're trying to give people kind of like an outside the box type of thought.
That I can't comprehend people who think like things like that are rigged to that point. Yes, it's happened. It's happened in basketball with the referees. It's happened in boxing. But beyond that, this whole, conspiracy, because I don't buy into conspiracy theories at all. So, for someone to immediately think, especially in today's day and age, a lot's different nowadays. And especially when I said also that as much as Vince may be starting it and maybe owning it, I'm sure he'll probably do stock again with it, maybe. But beyond that, when this thing rolls out in 2 years, Vince isn't the one that's going to be doing the interviews. Vince isn't the one that's going to be running the show. There will be people in place, doctors, people who have studied for concussions, professionals, those who know the sport of football. They're the ones that are going to run the XFL. If you ever see Vince again in front of a camera for XFL after 2 years, he's the only contact right now. So that, be that as it may. But once this thing starts, he's not going to run out onto the field like he did that first time. And, this is the XFL. That first time. That's not going to happen. This XFL is definitely more, I'm not going to say more professional, but it's definitely going to be more organized. And they have 2 years. The first XFL, I think they threw together in like a year.
That was rushed.
Or less than a year. Yeah, and I think that was the downfall of the first XFL. So, this time around, it's going to be definitely different enough. People are aware now of the, even with WWE and stuff like that. But again, you're going to have people who are going to try and compare it, but Vince has already said, the two of them, one has nothing to do with the other. So there goes that argument right then and there.
Well, I'll see it I'll believe it when I actually see it. I'm a realist. So, I mean, and I really hope he does change a lot of the bullshit that goes on in the NFL, because it's stupid. I really think that a lot of the rules, a lot of the things, the way that they call things is just horrific. So, I mean, if he can change it for the better, then great. But until he actually does it, I'm gonna take it for a grain of salt, because he can say whatever he wants until it's actually proven on that field that everything is completely 100% exactly what he says he's going to deliver. I'll believe it.
Well, no one's telling you to believe. That's life. That's how
you're
do
sold.
it.
Well, but no, wait, you're sold.
I'm not sold. I'm just telling you the difference between the two XFLs.
Okay. Well, I mean, the XFL of 2001 was absolutely fucking. It was a clusterfuck. It was stupidity, and
it wasn't stupid. It was definitely.
No, it was bad.
No, the games. I mean, the games were all right. The games themselves were fine. The presentation was ugly. Yes, it was rushed. Remember, Jerry Lawler got fired from WWE, and he got fired from the XFL. So, he got, that kind of shook things up a little bit. But at the same time, if it wasn't for the XFL, you wouldn't have that over-the-field camera that the NFL does. I think there was a couple other things the NFL took from the XFL as far as production value is concerned. So I think the biggest thing we're going to get out of this XFL is going to be safety of the players, because that's going to be like first and foremost. And if you want to bring it back over to WWE, WWE does a lot with concussion studies. So if anything, they would have their foot in the door as far as how that would work. Now, is it going to be like flag football? Who knows? It could possibly be like that. Vince said they'll consider anything and everything's on the table. Do you want to get rid of halftime? Let's get rid of halftime. Again, just as an example. They want to get the game down to 2 hours, which I think would be great. And again, and obviously we have to wait to see what happens. But as far as what to look forward to, the seed that's been planted, and I think 2 years is just the right amount of time to really get things organized. They have not announced any cities yet, but I got to imagine they would be the big cities. That would have a football field as well, football stadium. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Of course you are.
And look, it's really this is what I mentioned yesterday. It's sometimes very mind-numbing to talk to you. I'm looking forward to it because
don't worry, as we keep
different.
talking, I'm gonna keep proving my point.
It's as usual, your point's never proven.
Oh, really?
We'll
see.
Different. I'm tired. I could care less who's going to win the Super Bowl. I'm just going on Sunday.
Oh, now come on. Come on.
Honestly,
you're telling me You're telling the fans right now, the listeners of this podcast,
I'm not wearing Patriot stuff.
You being a diehard Patriot fan.
I'm not a diehard Patriot. I enjoyed them, but the overall nonsense of the NFL really deterred me from the whole thing. The only reason why I'm watching the Super Bowl is because we're having a party. All our friends are getting together, so I'm going to go over. I'm really just hanging out with my friends. I honestly do not care what happens in the Super Bowl. That's how disinterested and disconnected and disgusted I am with the NFL, especially recently. The fact that they even have the balls to deny AmVets, a group of veterans. They said, no, sorry, we're not going to air your ad. Because AmVets want to show the proud and the respect that should be shown, and this nonsense of kneeling. So they're going to say no to a veterans group who, if it wasn't for those veterans, we wouldn't even have the NFL? That's how tired I am of the NFL. That's how much bullshit it is with the NFL. And quite frankly, even if the NFL went off TV, I could care less. That's how sick I truly am. And this is not a gimmick. I'm not putting on a show. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm tired of the NFL. And I don't care what comes through. XFL, the fall experimental football league that I've been to, high school football, anything else I think is better than the NFL right now. Especially for half the thugs that are on that field. Criminals. Absolute criminals playing that game. And yes, there's criminals in all the sports, but NFL runs rampant. That's how tired I am of that.
Yeah, but no, wait a minute. You have a lot of bullshit that goes on in other leagues too, and stuff like that.
I said it's a little bit of everything everywhere, but for some reason the NFL is riddled with them.
Well, hey, I mean, all I know is that if this whole thing really takes off, then great. But if it doesn't take off, then you're stuck with one product, because I'm not stuck.
I won't watch.
Well, there's no other league out there that will actually compete with the NFL now as we speak anyway.
I'll watch
because there is nothing out there.
I'll watch the CFL.
I don't really think we even get CFL here.
We do on ESPN. We sure do. I watched their championship game. I mean, it's a little bit of a longer field. That's weird, but beyond that,
they got more space.
Arena football. I'll watch arena football. I'll even watch the Legends. The what used to be the lingerie football league, which is now the Legends football league. Half those girls are better than some of the guys.
That stuff is cool, actually.
Honestly, I'm tired. Forget the lingerie. Just put them in actual gear. Let them play.
But that's why it's called the lingerie. No,
it's
you don't put them
anymore.
In. Well, but they're still playing in it.
I know, but it's called the Legends football league officially.
I don't think there's anything. There's nothing legendary about that.
No, I don't understand that term, Legends Football League. But and those girls play. Some of them just play hard too. Some of them got amazing arms. Some of these girls throw better than some of the quarterbacks that are in the NFL. And I find it funny, which is a little over the top, but I find it funny that half these girls, every time they score a goal, they grab a beer out of the audience and they chug it on it, halfway down the field.
That's got to be fun.
But it's just, I'm just sick and tired I'm just tired of the NFL, in all honesty.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean, let's see what happens in a couple of years as to whether that or not they bring a brand new league that can either rival or give somebody an alternative to the sport. I mean, in an essence. I mean, again, there's no other major company in any sport we have in the United States that can rival anything. Well,
you can say that with the NHL, the NBA, and the
in other words, yeah, exactly what I just said. There's no sport that has two major companies rivaling it, and I think professional wrestling is the only company, or only, well, if you want to call it a sport, it's the only, let's just say, sports profession. All right, where we've had two rival companies face each other. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and honestly, like I said, if the XFL succeeds, great. If it fails, oh well. But I'm done with the NFL.
Okay. All right. Well, your boys were at the 25th anniversary of Raw. Now, let me point out something here, because again, I'm going to prove my point from what I just said previously. Now, we were at the Barclays Center, okay? There were people, you heard about these reports when we got home. I sent you a text and I told you about there were these people who paid $500 to $800 a seat at the Manhattan Center and did absolutely fuck all. So according to like certain or multiple sources, Lawler and JR were actually sitting down caught sleeping.
Which Jerry Lawler commented on.
Right. Well, what did he say?
He said they weren't sleeping. They said that, what did he say? It was just a shot that they took as far as he was doing something. JR was texting, so he was looking down, but JR's got the Bell's palsy, so he always looks like he's sleeping. And Jerry said, look, in between matches, yeah, I may have taken a break there for a moment just to rest, but, to outright sleep because it was boring. He said that on his podcast. But I have issues about Raw 25.
Well, they basically have apparently those people paid that kind of price and yet received, 2 matches? They buried the fucking Revival, which was horrible because this is supposed to be one of the best tag teams that this company's had in the last 10 years, and they buried them. I mean, I just don't understand why or how you can do that. The Bray Wyatt, broken Matt, woken Matt, broken Matt, whatever you want to call him, this week, that was a good match. The Undertaker came out and cut a promo about absolutely nothing that left people with question marks. Yeah. That was odd. You had, now this is what I didn't understand until Royal Rumble time. So what I never really understood about watching, it from the Barclays Center is that, there were a lot of things that, now watching it live obviously is always fun. But what I put on DVR, so I wanted to watch the production side of it when I got home from a different point of view. And quite frankly, I'm sitting there and it bored the shit out of me. Because there was so much. Did you watch it on TV when you got home?
I watched a little bit. I didn't watch the whole thing. Actually, that's a lie. I started watching some of it just to see what it looked like on TV from the Manhattan Center, which on TV looked great.
Well, I mean, it was just poker. And it was just like, it got a little boring. And then, it got very boring very fast because it just kept going to the poker. And it's like, and then, I heard the people were complaining on Twitter about how, who were in the Manhattan Center, was that it was so boring that they eventually gave them the Titus Worldwide match versus Rhino and Slater. And people were angry. They were shouting bullshit. I mean, it's just like, and what I also didn't understand was that there were lots of waving. Now, for the women, I kind of looked at them and I thought that they were going to bring them out and have them do something. Let's say like the older generation of women superstars were going to call out the newer generation of women superstars or vice versa. But now we unfold as we watch the Royal Rumble that there was a reason why these women were brought out. Yeah. And I get that. That was cool. I mean, that was really cool, but you had to wait a week to understand why.
No, I figured. I didn't figure they'd be in the Rumble. But
me neither.
I figured you weren't going to see a lot, from the legends. It's more, that was just, hey, here's 2 of them were pregnant, so they couldn't do anything anyway. But
right. Well, I get that. But
it's just, it was what it was.
But then you also have a lot of the legends that came out, like, okay, you had like Teddy Long, you had the Boogeyman, you had all these people, Brother Love, and it was great to see it for nostalgia purposes, but you didn't do anything with them. I mean, they were basically brought out there for show, and it was like, you have all this talent in this one room. You should at least do something with them, doing a funny angle or a skit besides poker. It's like,
well, they
come
did
on,
poker
man.
about 5 times. They didn't do that much poker.
It got repetitive after a while. It was like
APA. That was the poker games for the APA was huge. In the 25 years of Raw.
I get that.
It's a quick way to get some people on there. The whole thing with Heath Slater was funny.
it was funny, but then you know what it was? It just got to the point where I didn't understand why the fuck Kurt Angle walked out with all these legends at ringside. They did absolutely nothing. You had the Boogeyman standing next to Brother Love or Teddy Long.
Yeah, I thought that was
Coach. Yeah. Like, what the fuck was that about?
Oh,
like,
Coach is coming back tonight.
Well, what is this? What is the purpose of having them there? Is what I don't understand. It's just like I just didn't get it. Maybe we saw it from a very different point of view than people who weren't there. But even that kind of like made me scratch my head, saying like, why or what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a great time. I know you always have a good time in WWE shows. The thing about it is, I just didn't understand what the purpose was for a lot of that. And then here's the other thing, okay? Fucking Roman Reigns is supposed to be built as this top guy, top dog, beats The Undertaker, fucking beats Rollins, beats all these other guys, and he can't beat The Miz?
Because Miz is over. Were you not in that building?
It was over, but come on. Miz looks like a grade school kid or like a high school kid, like a high school freshman that just walked in. I mean, the guy never looked like to me. Yeah, but he's over. No. I mean,
that's where the money comes from. The money comes from the crowd.
But they built Reigns up to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and he can't beat at the grandest stage. He beats a legend, but he can't beat The Miz.
Well, he had The Miz cheated 2-on-1. The Miz used an open turnbuckle. Exposed turnbuckle.
But the Miztourage were thrown out eventually. So Miz beat him clean.
Did you not see the ending when Roman ran into the exposed turnbuckle?
I was there. I saw it.
Well, no, I didn't even know there was an exposed turnbuckle until I got home, to be honest with you. So I didn't even know that. But, again, he cheated. Miz, that's what a heel does. The Miz cheated. And not only that, you heard the pop. So...
Well, that's because everywhere Roman Reigns goes, he's anti, crowd anyway.
No, I'm not talking about Roman. I'm talking about The Miz.
No, I know. What I'm saying is that
nothing to do with Roman.
Hated Roman Reigns so bad that you could have put him up against James Ellsworth and they would have cheered for Ellsworth.
Wow. Okay, no. The Miz is...
What do you mean, no? Did you not hear the fucking crowd? The fucking crowd hates him everywhere he goes.
I'm not talking about that.
You could have put anybody with him, and the Miz is over because he's really not supposed to be, because he's a heel. You're not really supposed to be cheering for him, but they like him because of the image that
that's
he
been
projects.
Happening since WrestleMania 13.
Okay, but at the same time, dude, I mean, look, I just don't understand the buildup that they gave Reigns only to have him lose it. I mean, they should give – I'm sorry, but they should give the IC title back to somebody else. They really should. Because Miz should be shooting for something a lot higher.
I agreed on that one. He should be WWE champion at this point.
I mean, because at this point, he has nothing to prove to himself in Raw. They should really just do a shakeup and put him at SmackDown, because I'm sorry. I just think the buildup was horrible.
Well, to be honest, actually, the Intercontinental title pretty much is the top title because Brock is barely there.
Well, that's the other fucking problem. It's like they built Brock up to be this super beast, and then all of a sudden, like, what was it? Braun just destroys both of them, right?
Braun's a monster. Braun's awesome.
Yeah, but then again, now it goes into the Rumble now, okay? Now, last night's Royal Rumble.
Oh, no, I was going to say, go ahead. I don't want to jump ahead. Go ahead.
No, now, last night's Royal, so, I mean, 25 was great. You had a lot of bunch of moron fans, and I really think that the asshole fans, at least where we sat, were just absolutely horrific. The fans were just assholes. I mean,
Who?
When we were walking out, do you not remember that?
Oh, them. I thought you meant when we were actually sitting. No, that woman was a terror.
You fucking fat bitch. I hope you fucking I hope you fucking choke to death at a fucking Golden Corral, you bitch.
That she looked like Danny DeVito from Batman Returns. She was the Penguin.
No makeup.
She was terrible. Terrible human being.
I mean, there were kids there, and that we had to hear this stark, raving lunatic who looked like she had permanent stink face on her, and she, oh God, I just wanted to, like, because she even said that she screamed it out to everybody, I'm at a point where I'm about to punch everybody around me. And I think in my head, you fucking, excuse me for saying this word, but this is exactly what she was. In my head, I said, you cunt, if you fucking punch me, I will fucking knock your fucking head off, and I will make sure that you bleed to death. And I'll kill the rest of the fucks that were near you, too, who kept egging her on.
Yeah, it was rough.
I was waiting for her to punch somebody, because the second that she did, I just wanted to give her the hardest palm strike that would just disconnect her nose and fucking have that bone in her stab right into her brain. I fucking hated that bitch.
Like, look, let's face facts. Getting out of the Barclays was very difficult. There was a lot of people. A lot of the exits were closed. They weren't letting us use a lot of the exits. So getting out, admittedly, was rough. But with patience, we all got out of the building.
Okay, you're right, exactly. You just had to be patient with it. That's all.
That's what it was.
You know, and it wasn't like it took us a half an hour. It took us like about, 15 minutes to get out?
I mean, it took a little longer. Yeah, we were crowded.
Bad.
We were bunched up. It wasn't the best situation. But, we got there. We got home. We're here.
Yeah, exactly. So, so I hope that fat bitch is listening. You fucking, I don't even know what to even say, but if she is listening to us, and anybody who knows her, who went to the Barclays Center, who was sitting in the 200s and heard this raving lunatic, I just let her know, tell her to go fuck herself, all right? Because I've never heard, you're the reason why, you bitch, all right, that, pretty much wrestling fans get a bad rap because of people like this.
I can agree there.
God damn it. Now, we go into last night, the Royal Rumble. It was, now, I didn't realize the show was 4 hours, so I missed the first hour.
Oh, really? You thought you started at 8
I was grabbing food. I thought it started. I said, what the fuck are they doing starting with the Rumble?
The Big Four are now 4 hours.
Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So when I text you, I said, what the fuck are they doing with the Men's Royal Rumble first? Like, because if you're advertising...
Oh, that's why you asked that.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
So I didn't realize there was an hour full of action prior to the Men's Royal Rumble.
Okay, that text confused me. Okay.
Now, I am not afraid to admit this. For the first time in WWE programming, in the over 30, 35 years...
I know where you're going with this. Can I just mention one thing? I know where you're going with this. Before we get to that. Can we just talk about the Universal title real quick?
Sure.
Okay. The match, Kane, Braun, Brock, look, it wasn't going to be pretty. You knew it was going to be ugly. It was going to be hard-hitting and ugly. Going into that, I'm fine. I had no problem with the match. But the fucking knee that Braun gave Brock and then the receipt
that was
Brock
real.
Gave Braun.
That was real, yes. Absolutely. And even when you saw it, and you saw his head ricochet off of his knee, that was some serious shit. Because
the punch.
Oh, yeah, the punch,
Brock punched him in the head.
Right. No, and well, deserving, too. Because Braun shouldn't have hit him that hard. I think he was just too much into his zone or whatever.
Look, it happens. Everyone gets a potato.
Exactly.
But
so you get a receipt.
Fucking Brock lit up. The look in his face was phenomenal. I had my cousin's husbands over here. We were watching. Eric was here, and Jim. And we saw that. We're like, we got to rewind this. We got to see that again. Because fucking Brock was like, you just need me in the face, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. And he gave him a good receipt by really punching him in the face with a cross.
And if you notice, for a little while, Braun was a little easy with Brock there for a little while. Braun learned his lesson quick.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What you're going to say. I apologize. I just wanted to mention that.
So, for those of you who don't even know, and I'm sure you'll know by Thursday because things travel around real quick here, is that Shinsuke Nakamura won the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Now, in the 35 years that I have been watching professional wrestling, I have never cried. This is the first time I actually legitimately cried watching this because he's one of my favorite superstars. Now, I will get into it in a second as to why I I mean, obviously it's emotion, right? I mean, what can you really say? Now, you have the Universal title. Now you have the tag titles. That was just a blah wrestling match that I think I could have caught on Monday Night Raw. I'm not really too concerned about that.
The Raw tag title match was rough because that followed the men's Royal Rumble. And as you know, being at a show, when you have a top, like when you get so invested into a match, when there's another one coming, you're just spent. You're tired. That's why they usually put kind of like a low level match after, like during Mania. Like, they'll have Undertaker's third to last. Everyone's all geared up for it. Then they'll put, like, a lesser match just for everyone to kind of calm down, regroup themselves. Then they'll go into the main event. That's what happened with the Raw tag title match. I'm not saying the match was good. It was okay, but it suffered from being right after the men's Rumble.
Let me also mention one other thing about the men's Rumble. Seeing Rey Mysterio back, I was like, holy crap. And
that?
he really looked like... I really hope he's not on roids, but he looked like he was in amazing condition. He also moved like the Mysterio of old. He could still do a 619.
Was that a one-time? Or did he sign?
I don't know. They haven't said anything about him signing, but I would love to see him sign back because I've always said that him versus Kalisto would be amazing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Or him versus Metalik would be amazing.
Do you think, 205 Live is getting a GM? Think Mysterio's the GM?
Nah. Or it would be nice, though, but then Mysterio can also go.
Yeah, true, but that'd be interesting.
You know who I think the GM is going to be?
Sure not going to be Enzo.
Oh, God. You know what? Don't be surprised if they bring Chavo Guerrero.
That'd be interesting.
Chavo Guerrero Jr. would be pretty awesome.
So the men's Rumble, Nakamura, and I was really nervous at the end, man, with Roman in there.
You did not want to see Roman, Cena, and Balor. Poor Balor, man.
I don't know that. Look, only one person can win the Rumble. You know what I mean? Finn Balor put on a show. He was number, 2? He was number 2.
He was good.
And he lasted to the top 4. Top 3.
It was good because you finally had a Rumble where you had a bunch of guys in the ring now. So it's not...
I said that.
Filled, which is great. And we all know that the expert of Rumbles is Rippo.
Yeah.
Now,
he watched it
you're
too.
Going to... Right. I'm sure he even put it on Facebook that he did. So now you get to the women's Royal Rumble. Now, this is... No matter how you look at this, it is groundbreaking. No matter how. Whether it be whether you are the first woman, second woman who entered... Whether you are in the match, whether you are the first woman thrown out, the last woman thrown out, the person who won it, it didn't matter. Because you knew that you were going to see legends, you were going to see the current roster, you got to see NXT people.
That was cool.
Kairi Sane doing that insane elbow twice was just even crazier. I mean, seeing Trish last and actually seeing the legends getting their due by eliminating people was pretty awesome.
Michelle McCool, she was going for a while.
She eliminated a couple of people, which is great. Everybody did something. Beth Phoenix, I'm glad they made her hold her own against Nia. Mm-hmm. Again, enough with this fucking Andre the Giant style elimination. Let her legitimately be in there and see who can have the feat of beating her. You know what I mean? Mm. I would have loved to have seen her wrestle Tamina. That would have been pretty good. Tamina would have probably been the only other female who would have probably given her a run.
Well, we got that at Survivor Series. So.
Right. Well, yeah.
I do have a complaint about the Women's Rumble, which I'll talk about in a moment.
Okay. Well, I have two complaints. One of them, and I'm going to say this, is this one part about Vicky Guerrero was dumb as shit. It was like watching the Philharmonic or an opera. And it's all serious. And then right in the middle of the opera, just imagine fucking Bozo the Clown coming out going, dun, 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 dun. It's like, really? You couldn't have picked anybody else. Layla? You couldn't have picked any other female? Ivory? Fucking anybody?
They could have asked them and they probably said no.
Right? Well, they could have asked somebody. They could have brought up an NXT person.
Also,
it was filler.
Well, also remember, Alicia Fox was injured. She was supposed to be in the Rumble, so they had one spot they needed to fill.
I get that.
So.
I get that. You know, but they could have called somebody up from NXT. It would have been nice to have seen. I'm glad to see Ember Moon in it.
Yeah.
You know, which is pretty awesome. But, I mean, like, they could have called up Baszler. I'm surprised she didn't get in there.
No, I think because of what happened at the end, keep Baszler separate. But
well, look at it like this. But I mean, just for a one-time deal.
But you know, Vicky, there's a history with Vicky. Vicky has a history in the WWE. So
I get it, but she's not a wrestler.
No, but she's wrestled.
And it was like the equivalent of watching Bushwhacker Luke.
That's what it was.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, Asuka wins the women's Royal Rumble. Now, let me get this out of the way right now. And you know I'm going to mention this. There is never – now, again, no, whether you win it, whether you don't win it, it doesn't matter. The women's is groundbreaking, okay?
Can I just talk about what I thought was a little annoying?
What was that?
I thought a lot of the women spent too much time outside.
Yes.
That
but then again,
was a little weird.
It was their first Rumble, and I think that they weren't ready for that kind of a cardio thing.
Yeah, I get it, but – you know, that was the only thing that was a little weird. Beyond that, I didn't have a problem with the Rumble. So,
but it stretched out a little bit, which was interesting.
It did.
So let me just say this. Let me get this out of the way. By Shinsuke winning, there has never, let me put it out there, Larry, because I've mentioned it before. There has never been an Asian wrestler who has won. Don't say Yokozuna, please. Please do not, you fuck. I knew you were going to say Yokozuna. Yokozuna is not Japanese. He's a gimmick Samoan who's big enough to be a Yokozuna. Or AKA Grand Champion, right?
Or so Fuji would say Yokozuna.
Yeah, exactly. Right, with the M.
My Yokozuna. Okay.
Exactly. So Shinsuke becomes the first Asian wrestler to ever win the Royal Rumble. Now, will he be able to be propelled as the world champion? I would love to see him beat AJ Styles.
That's right now. That is our WWE Championship match for WrestleMania. AJ Styles defending against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Unless they screw over Nakamura and they make him lose a spot, I don't know.
I don't think
or
so.
They turn it into a triple threat or a fatal four-way. Now, Asuka winning was great. And then you have Bliss come out, you have Flair come out, and then all of the fucking sudden, to me, the most stupidest fucking part about the Royal Rumble that just destroyed it, it didn't destroy the whole pay-per-view, I just thought that it took away Asuka's shine, was to have Ronda Rousey come out. Now, let me say this, we all expected her to be there, okay? We all knew that she was coming out. We all knew, but understand, the reason why I felt it was dumb, and this is what we were arguing about the other day, is that Ronda Rousey's a big name, yes, okay? But just imagine if Nakamura wins the Rumble, and then all of a sudden Conor McGregor comes out, who's possibly an even bigger name than Rousey, okay? Keep in mind of something, they are not wrestlers. They are still considered MMA people. All right. Even though she signed a full contract, she has not gone in the ring. She hasn't proved herself. People still see her as the MMA fighter.
Oh, of course.
So they don't look upon her as a wrestler. Now, why there was 1,000 ways they could have brought Ronda Rousey in there. Why then? Again, it took away Asuka's shine. You know, and it's like I was more concerned like when they just had the whole camera concentrated on Rousey walking to the back. I'm like, what the fuck is Asuka's decision?
Well, that's the idea. You don't get the decision.
Well,
listen, we already got Shinsuke's decision. We already had Shinsuke's decision. So we'll get probably Asuka's tonight. And look,
I hope so.
With Ronda,
I hope so.
Who said it? I think it was Coach maybe said it, or someone else. Someone else may have said it on Twitter. They're like, if you're going to make a name for yourself, of course you're going to steal the spotlight. Of course you're going to, everyone wants the spotlight. And there's no bigger name than Ronda Rousey, especially since we've been waiting for her since WrestleMania 31 technically, to get in the ring. And not a word was said with anybody. She went to shake Asuka's hand. Asuka, slapped it away. You can certainly tell that Ronda's new to the sports entertainment world because she pointed to the WrestleMania sign about 37 times. And she always stood in the same stance as well. Back, facing forward, head arched. She was definitely trained into how to point to the sign.
Man, that ruined it.
I don't think it did. I think. Well, look, it doesn't matter who was going to end the show. Ronda Rousey coming out was going to ruin anyone who was in the ring.
Nah, that was bullshit. They should not. To me, they shouldn't have done it. I just felt that there was better ways that they could have introduced it.
Absolutely, you can't do it on Raw. You can't bring her out on Raw. You can't bring her out on SmackDown.
Okay, well then bring her out in the Rumble in a different fashion. Why did she have to ruin somebody's moment of winning?
Because that's what you do. You take the spotlight.
Ah, man,
it doesn't ruin it. Look, it's all part of the show.
I didn't like it.
It's all part of the show. It doesn't take anything away from Asuka. Asuka's still undefeated. I'm assuming her and Miz are going to win the Mixed Match Challenge because of that reason. And, this is the start of the road to WrestleMania. You can't just pick Ronda Rousey up in the middle. You got to get her at the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. And I
still think she's going to face Flair.
Oh, it's absolutely. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the first ever women's main event. They will close WrestleMania. And you know what? They should. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, the way Charlotte's been performing, has been phenomenal. I guess that means Ronda's going to go to SmackDown. But Ronda, and especially the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen, everyone else is going to be ringside probably. Ronda's group, Shayna Baszler and the other 2. And, of course, Sasha, Becky, and Bayley. This is shit. I'm telling, and look, I am not whatsoever, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I am not a feminist guy. I'm not saying rah-rah, sis, boom, bah, just because they're women. I'm also not saying that they don't deserve anything because they're women. But the women's roster, it's not that they're earning these spots. They are deserving of these spots, not because they're women, just because of the performances they've been putting on. And yeah, there was some sloppiness in the Women's Royal Rumble. We take it.
I didn't think so. I liked it a lot.
No. I'm not saying it was bad, but there was a point where Sasha was kicking someone in the corner, and she was like 3 feet away from her and kicked her like 9 times. It's almost like when Vader throws himself over the top before he gets clotheslined.
Yep.
So the women are earning the spot. Ronda Rousey, she's here. She's there to steal the spotlight. She was going to do it anyway. You might as well do it at the Royal Rumble. It's not going to take anything away from Asuka. I think Asuka and Bliss is going to be amazing at Rumble.
But let me make sure I make something clear. I'm not saying I'm not a Ronda Rousey fan. I'm not saying I don't welcome her to the WWE. I just think that there should have been a better way for her to have been introduced.
Better than this.
Okay.
Better. Actually better.
How about if she's really going to start something with Charlotte, let's say, all right? Mm-hmm. How about having her come out and ruining Charlotte's chance or attacking Charlotte from behind and attacking Bliss at the same time from out of nowhere? Like let's say if the lights went out or something like that at the Rumble.
That's still going to take away from Asuka, which is your biggest concern.
I'm saying in the middle of the match, in the middle of the Rumble. Let's say.
Then that would have then no one would have paid attention to the rest of the Rumble. Or
since they weren't active, maybe before the Women's Royal Rumble, pretty much have Charlotte and Bliss cutting a promo about who they would want the Rumble, winner to face, and having a masked person come out and attacking them both. You know what I mean? And then doing like a DDP and pulling the mask down and going, oh my God, because look at how much of a reaction Diamond Dallas Page made when he did his debut with a stalking angle.
He's also a heel.
Right? I understand that. But so is Ronda in a sense because they're looking at her as a star. But in a way, Asuka is a face. Mm-hmm. So is Charlotte.
True.
The only one that was Bliss. Now, what I'm saying is if you had a masked woman who basically, let's say a masked woman who basically came out and attacked them both, and then revealed herself, right?
Well, they
and then
did
went
that,
to
actually.
Who?
That's how Mickie James got back on SmackDown.
Well, that's fine. But what I'm saying now, but hear me out. Now, Asuka wins the Rumble. She does her interview. She's walking towards the back. She's, and everything like that. And all of a sudden, Rousey attacks her from behind. You know what I mean? And then points to the WrestleMania sign.
But then that would set up for Asuka and Rousey.
No. She's attacking anybody. You understand? She's attacking anybody. Bliss, Flair, Asuka, anybody. It doesn't matter. In other words, remember, she's Rowdy Ronda Rousey. You don't know where she's going. She's unpredictable, right? And so then and then they could play off and have a buffet line of courses or of different directions of where they want to put her. She'll be in Raw. She'll be in SmackDown. She'll make attacks. She'll make promos on both. And they'll really push her, and then all that can culminate to WrestleMania. You see what I'm saying? Because she's such a big draw.
If it was anyone else but Ronda.
Well, they're saying how they're saying how SmackDown's ratings are going down, or a little low right now, and Raw's is much better. So why not save a fleeting show by having Rousey in SmackDown and producing an appearance to boost up the rating? You know what I mean?
Because it's the Royal Rumble. You don't debut someone like that at SmackDown. I know they did it with Brock, but,
That's my way. I thought that would have worked,
I mean, that's your opinion, understandable. I just think, personally, I think the way they did it with Ronda, I don't think there's any other way. You don't want her to get physical yet. The first time you want to see her really get physical should be WrestleMania.
Come on, Triple H. You fucking no, but an attack, not wrestling, but just an attack.
That's still being physical.
Nah, that's telling a story, is what it is. Come on, Triple H. You got like thousands of minds without Rippo there. You should be able to do a good job.
I think they did fine as far as how to introduce Ronda Rousey. I thought it was a little weird, like she looked uncomfortable smiling, and again she kept pointing to the sign, which was kind of weird.
Well, that's her unpredictability, which is what they're trying to concentrate on.
It was her uncomfortableness, but that's okay. I think once she squares up and gets in the ring to actually fight or wrestle, I think it's going to be a different ballgame. But you know what? We got till April 8th. So
okay. Well, you know what? There's going to be Ronda Rousey merchandise going around.
It's already on WWE Shop.
I'm sure you bought yourself a shirt. I know a coworker of mine really, really wants one because she's in love with Ronda anyway. So
fun fact: the jacket that Rousey was wearing last night was actually Roddy Piper's jacket.
Mm-hmm. That I heard.
Yeah, Piper's son gave it to her to debut in.
She also has the Roddy Piper logo.
Yeah, they're using that. Piper gave her his blessing, like to run with that rowdy gimmick. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and that's what's great about Ronda. She's a fan. She's a legit fan. Like she's grown up watching this, so it makes sense, I think, for her to get it. Kind of like Maria Menounos. When Maria Menounos was introducing, doing the ring announcing, people started booing her, and even she was like, "I get it."
She sucks.
No, she doesn't suck. She sucks. She actually doesn't, and especially since she just survived a brain tumor. But she's a fan. She's a lifelong fan. So yeah, all right, maybe not she shouldn't be in the ring, but doing all this correspondence stuff, I think was. And her getting booed at the Hall of Fame was absolutely ridiculous because some of these celebrities can be fans.
I was there for that, and when she inducted Mr. Backlund.
Yeah, she got booed for no reason.
Yeah, that was retarded. That was stupid. Speaking of things that suck, that are stupid, and merchandise itself, I got a bone to pick with you and Rippo, man. Now I'm going to put my 2 cents into this, and you could take it for what it's worth, but I'm just trying to help you guys out because being the creative marketing genius that I am most of the time, let me just say this. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Plug the Retro Gamers merchandise for me, please. What site can they go into?
You can wear you can work out in. You can put on your phone any gear you want with the Retro Gamers. Go to pro.tchip.com, do a search for the Retro Gamers, and you will find t-shirts, hats, cell phone cases, leggings. And also, we do have as well, do a search for VB Sucks. Yes, hashtag VB Sucks. Now, t-shirts, mugs, you can enjoy our merch. pro.tchip.com.
Well, folks, don't enjoy that merch too much just yet because, quite frankly, I got to put my 2 cents in this. I don't know who your merchandise marketing director is or who your creative designer is, but they suck balls, my friend. It is a joke. It is no. I'm not jealous, but you would never put over this podcast with merchandise because even though I am the flagship show, you don't see me have merchandise. Hey, listen, I already have a legion of commandos. And you have a legion of militants who already know what the A show is. Now, if you fools out there want to believe that it's the Retro Gamers, go right ahead. I don't care. We don't need you. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. But let me just say this. If there was merchandise for sale on the Yin and the Yang, you don't get whoever or whatever jackass you use to create your merchandise over there, fool. And I'll tell you why. Because any dumbass can slap on a fucking logo on a bunch of shit and call it merchandise. All right? Any fool can go in and take a basketball or a baseball or a football and throw it and catch it. Or a hockey stick and slap a puck. But when you do what we do and you're the best in the world at what you do, podcasting-wise, or any other facet of life, let me just say this. You do it with style, sophistication, flair, if you will. So, personally, I'm not saying don't go buy your merch, but this is the point of what I'm trying to get at. You should fire your marketing director. Now, if you hired me, I can give you merchandise, man, that would be so awesome that it would be flying off the shelves. Women will have to come knocking your door to give you free booty just to get a pair of leggings, okay?
Our leggings rule. They're sold out.
Yeah?
They rule.
You think so? Oh, okay. Yeah, they sold out all right. I want to know how many ugly-ass Broomhilda women bought those leggings.
What is the matter with you?
Now, allow me to extrapolate.
Why are you hating?
And disseminate real marketing genius. If this was up to me, all right, for your humble little podcast, being the fact you do the show, you know why you're on the show? Do you know why?
Why?
You're on the show because
I'm the one with the recorder.
Well, that's part of it. Okay, I could have gone to any other podcasting network, but I chose this one. Lord knows why. I'll slap my agent later. All right, but there's a few reasons. Number one, I am your childhood friend. Number two, I need to find somebody who's the complete opposite of my mentality, which is actually insane. So, and number three, this podcast pays for your humble little hobby over there called the Retro Gamers. So, let me say this, all right? If I was the marketing director, this is what some of your merchandise would have sounded like. Check this out.
Okay.
So, number one, I could create a shirt or any other piece of merchandise that says Rip Bo Rocks. Rip Bo Rocks. Or it could also go the other way and says Rip Bo Sucks. Rip Bo Sucks. Or it could be Larry Rocks. Or Larry Sucks. Right? There could be another one called Happy Retro Day. Right? Because it's Retro Day, like it is every day, right?
All right.
Now another one, you could put that. It's like how about this one? You have the Retro Gamers logo, And then the back it says, if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you. Plug it.
That
right?
seems like a lot of already copyrighted material.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
This is coming from my genius.
Fair enough.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. All right. Well, somebody stole my Virtual Boy Sucks idea. Hashtag, right? You could also write
Hashtag
hashtag VB Rules. All right. Now, for the extreme crowd who want a little spice in their merchandise, if you will, all right, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is even better. In the front, it'll say, want to know why I love my VB? In the back, it says, fuck you, that's why. VB rocks, hashtag, right? Now, number 6. How about this one? People like you are the reasons why people like me play retro games. That'd be a pretty nice shirt for all the miserable fucks out there who, don't do anything but play video games. That's cool.
What is this heat?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, how about this one? Retro games for life.
Okay.
How about you can't tell me that's not cool, right? It's a proper statement. Retro games for life. Right?
If I do these, you're not getting any of the proceeds.
Well, you steal things from people anyway. By the way, folks. How about this one? How about this shirt? The RGO, the Retro Gaming Order, right? Retro Gamers Order
for life.
For life, yeah. There you go. There you go. I just made you at least a few $100. People like. How about this one? People like you who play PS4 are the reasons why I play my N64.
Ooh.
Huh?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Right? How about I'm sure you like that one. Right? How about this?
Copyright more of the same network.
Don't worry. And I have a special. Speaking of that, of you stealing, I'll talk to you about that in a second. How about this? The RGO, the biggest icons in podcasting. Right? Now, we come down to the second to last one. How about this shirt? Retro games are not just more of the same.
Ooh.
Yeah? How about that? You can't tell me that's not awesome.
That's not bad.
Retro games are not just more, MOHR, of the same.
Interesting.
All right? Now, we come to the final one. The one that I love the most. This is the best one of them all. You ready?
I'm listening.
The creative idea that even Rippo would be proud of me, and Rippo generally hates my guts and doesn't like me much anyway, but even though we're childhood friends, but that's a different story. A cereal. Retro gaming cereal. You ready for this one, Larry?
What do you got?
He looks so perplexed right now, folks. It's just to break the fourth wall. Here we go. Speaking of break down the walls. How about this? The best marketing gimmick ever? Rippos! Yes. Instead of Bootios, Rippos. RIPO''S. Rippos.
That's actually
they make
funny.
sure. Listen to this. Rippos. They make sure you ain't Larry.
That's pretty funny.
And by the way, folks, I just also wanted to congratulate my broadcasting partner because sooner or later he is getting approval for this right now. Approval for his brand new book. I probably screwed you too. The Larry Mormon story.
I run a tight ship around
Coming
here.
very soon, folks. Coming very soon. I'm telling you.
I'm taking umbrage to all of this.
You can't tell me Rippos will not sell.
I like Rippos. That's
Okay.
actually pretty funny.
I'm sure you eat a lot of Rippos as well.
Oh.
Retro games are not just more the same. Come on. You can't tell me I am not a marketing genius. Now, if you had me...
Where were you when I was putting everything together?
But consulted me. You never asked because I don't matter. Yin and Yang podcasting lives don't matter.
Oh, don't you even.
I'm sorry, Yin and Yang podcaster lives don't matter. Anyway, no, I just had to put it out there, man.
All right.
You know. Now, are you ready?
What do we got?
You ready? We're going to do your favorite segment this week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody is getting chewed out.
Oh, here we go, folks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me, before I even mention this, in any sense of the word, I am, honestly, a man of the environment. I respect all living things. I respect nature, except for that bitch who kept yelling in the Barclays Center. I hope she chokes on a fucking Twinkie. But the reality of it is, I am all about the environment. However, there are some things that just go way too far. Now, listen to this, okay? Now, don't tell me, and all my listeners out here, our listeners, cannot tell us that you don't learn jack shit on our podcast, because there was a bill that is now being proposed in California, listen to this, that will make it illegal for restaurant servers to give guests or patrons plastic straws unless requested, and carries a threat of a $1,000 fine and or jail time attached.
Really?
Some stupid bumblefuck who probably has nothing to do in his little rinky-dink fucking office, some asshole assemblyman named Ian Calderon, who just introduced this bill last month, stressed it does not constitute a ban on drinking straws, but should it progress into law, he says that the penalties would be nixed through amendments.
Really?
He says, and I quote, right, I don't know how much of a barrage this is, but he's Democratic. He states, and I quote, "We need to create awareness around the issue of one-time plastic use straws and its detrimental effects on our landfills, waterways, and oceans." And he received some type of like a statistic from the National Park Service or whatever. And Calderon is a majority leader of California's lower house. And he said in a statement, the bill would tackle the rule onto already existing code, the violation of which carries a fine between $25 and $1,000 and up to 6 months in a county jail.
Wow.
Or both, except as otherwise provided. It would only apply to sit-down restaurants and not bars or fast food locations. Huh. All right? Now, listen to this one. Calderon set out to defend the bill on Twitter, claiming that amendments would be added to remove the possibility of a fine or jail time for handing out straws. The penalties are attached to the code section the bill is currently in that will change. Right? Mm-hmm. And amendments are part of the legislative process, obviously, right?
Of course.
He says on his Twitter, right, this dumb son of a bitch says, "I'd like to clarify that hashtag AB 1884 straws upon request is A, not a ban, and B, should it become law, it will not make it a crime for servers to provide plastic straws. My intention is to simply raise awareness about the detrimental effects of plastic straws in our environment." Okay.
Interesting.
Do you know what my response to this is?
I can only imagine.
What the fuck? What the flying fuck, folks? Are you telling me, you stupid, dumb son of a bitch, that there is nothing else better to do with your fucking time? The people appointed you as an assemblyman and you have nothing better to do with your fucking time? Did you just wake up one morning and say, hey, straws are the enemy and we shouldn't have people fucking hand them out unless they're requested?
Is that what he sounds like?
No, but I'm just saying, like, did he just have a wild hair up his ass?
Well,
and
it's
just
like
say, hey,
when Bloomberg out here, in New York, tried putting the ban on soda.
Fuck you, fucking Bloomberg, for doing that, you dumb shit. Why the fuck would you? Look, how about trying to fix the economy, moron? How about trying to fucking fix roads? How about taking care of our vets? How about taking care of, like, our fucking roadways, lowering the crime, worrying about education, worrying about the debt that you fucking guys have over in California? How about worrying about fucking gang violence? How about worrying about other shit than fucking straws? Are you fucking serious right now? Can you imagine if I woke up one morning and I just said, I want to invest, go to my job and fucking say, I want to invest in a research project, and I want to propose a law in the park that stops people from walking on concrete floors because it just will hurt people's ankles and knees. What the fuck? You stupid asshole. Is there not anything better to do? This is what the people hired you for? You're worried about straws fucking up the environment? There are people around the world and around the nation who do more polluting every day because 500 million straws are given out. Where the fuck did you get that statistic from?
A lot of straws.
And look, I mean, what are you? Did you choke on a straw? Or, did straws do something to you? Where the hell did this come from? It's bad enough I wake up and I look at the internet, I look at fucking the newspaper, and yes, folks, I still do read physical hard copy newspapers. All right? Because I find it somewhat relaxing until I read this buffoonery and this tomfoolery. Oh, God. What the hell, man? I mean, get a fucking life, fucking Calderon. If you were my fucking assemblyman, oh my God. Oh, I just want to fucking threaten this guy right now, but I can't.
You are lit, brother.
I would rather see fucking Rousey interrupt the Royal Rumble a whole year every day for a whole fucking year than to have to read this bullshit. Is there not enough bad crap going on in this country to worry about than to worry about fucking illegal straws? Oh, God. Son of a bit, you fuck. Oh. You know what, asshole? I will fucking walk to California right now. I will stand next to a podium in front of you, and I will fucking go in there, and I will debate you, and the winner gets your assemblyman's job.
I think that's how politics works.
And you know what? Afterwards, God,
But I wonder what happens.
Well, unfortunately, I can't do a Braun Strowman and just power slam him through the podium or something. But for Christ's sake, man, really? Straws. And you know what? For that, Ian Calderon, do you know what happens?
That's what I'm waiting for.
When you stupid idiot, when you have nothing better to do with your time than to, quite frankly, bother the people of California about straws and to waste our fucking time and the idiots who gave you the airtime about this dumb bill. You know what you could take? You could take AB, hashtag AB 1884, 1844. And you know what? By the looks of you, the last time you saw 44 was 1844, you fuck. And you could take that, shove it up your ass. Because do you know what happens when people like you make me pop high blood pressure medication?
Tell us what happens. Oh, I can't wait.
Assemblyman Ian Calderon, you just been chewed out.
Oh, nice.
Fuck you.
That's a way, my friend. That's a way.
Motherfucker. And you know what? The verbal beatings will continue like I'm Jim Cornette,
Oh,
and now you know why society enrages me. Because, God damn it. We have better things to fucking. But between this Cactus Jack fool, Travis Scott, this brother love shit, a cereal stowaway. Now we got a fucking idiot wearing a suit telling us that we can't serve straws unless it's requested. Shit.
Boy, we're both pretty hot tonight.
Yeah, no kidding, man. God damn it, man.
All right.
Do you want to move on to the next Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? I've just been passed a note by one of my interns, not Wang. Wang is actually crying. I don't know why he's crying. I didn't do anything to him. I did not sexually harass him. That's Larry's job. Larry, you have a special segment yourself. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I thought that I was going to move to the next chair. Mr. Ma, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Larry. I think we may get a little extra added bonus tonight.
I feel like that may have been during my NFL rant. No, mine's going to be pretty quick. For the fourth time maybe, Ticketmaster has completely screwed up WrestleMania access tickets. So,
no.
Now, I got the WrestleMania travel package for New Orleans, and we have 2 general admission access tickets, which is cool for 2 accesses. That's fine, general admission. But the VIP tickets went on sale today. And that's to get a special autograph from 1 or 2 wrestlers, like Goldberg, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, Daniel Bryan, who I was trying to get. So I wanted to get Daniel Bryan. Actually, I've been wanting to get Daniel Bryan's autograph for a couple years now, because back a couple years ago when WrestleMania was in Dallas, I actually ordered, successfully, one of the few times, VIP tickets for Daniel Bryan, because I want to get my WWE replica belt signed by him. But then he had some issues. He canceled his appearance, ended up meeting, which was cool, don't get me wrong, ended up meeting Shawn Michaels, got his autograph. Very cool. So I'm like, all right, it's been a couple years. Redemption. I can try and get Daniel Bryan's autograph. So I got an email a couple days ago from WWE saying the password for the pre-sale is WM Access. You type that in to Ticketmaster. And it went on sale today at 11 o'clock. Monday at 11 o'clock, the 29th. So I took my break, my scheduled break at work, and I went over and typed in the password, invalid. Oh, all right, maybe I mistyped it. Type the password again and invalid. For about 15 minutes, the password was invalid. Again, which has happened before, Ticketmaster did not activate the passwords. So no one with various passwords were able to log on to order the tickets. I had to go back to work, do my job, and then all of a sudden, wham, tickets are sold out.
Aww.
Ticketmaster is just terrible how they run their company, but they're the only game in town, so I have no choice. But it was just so annoying. Like, it's a computer. You set the password to go live at 11 o'clock.
Unbelievable.
That did not happen. Is it going to take... I'm still going to access. I'm still going to get a bunch of autographs. I'm not worried about that. But just would have been cool to get that belt signed by Daniel Bryan. I already have the WrestleMania 30 side plates on it. I would have gotten Daniel Bryan side plates, so I have one of each because he won the title at WrestleMania 30. But fucking Ticketmaster is, again, the bane of my existence.
Wow.
And I'm just, in fact, right now as we speak, I'm trying it again.
So what are you going to do about it, man?
WM Access. Find tickets. And they're like, oh, the pre-sale's going to go all week. Like, they're going to be on sale all week, please. Nothing. I'm not going to get his autograph. I'll get other people's autographs. So, Ticketmaster, you gave me a headache today. You gave me some heartache.
Oh boy.
Ticketmaster.
Oh, boy.
Do you know what happens when you can't when you can't activate a password? Do you know what happens when you ruin the day of a huge wrestling fan, Ticketmaster.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy.
You just been chewed out some more.
Ooh. Wow. That's hardcore. Hardcore.
I lump you in with the NFL now.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. That's some serious stuff, brother.
I hope Ticketmaster gets deleted from existence.
Delete. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Well, folks.
I'm starving.
You know what? The verbal beatings will continue, God damn it. Until the world stops doing and people stop doing stupid shit, we'll keep doing Chu'd Out and Chu'd Out Some MOHR. It's as simple as that. Now, speaking of people, and this is, again, into a perfect segue, people who are not stupid, our fans have been piling up those emails. Let me answer a few of those right now, and we'll see where we go from here. So, did you say you're starving, by the way?
I have yet to have dinner.
Oh, Jesus.
And I have a whole bunch of leftover Chinese food.
Really? That's cool.
Yep.
Always cool. Choose Commandos, Mormons, Militants. You've got it. You wanted it. You've got it. You got questions. We've got answers. So this is your Q&A. I want to make sure that we answer, try our best every week to answer 5 questions. We're sorry about last week just because we were in Barclays. I thought that they weren't going to go on that early. But once the people started cheering, you knew it was coming. And, you saw the announcer. So, all right. There we go. 5 questions here. First one comes from Louis, or is it Luis, who writes to us from Miami, Florida, 305.
Benito, Ami.
That just killed that song for me. Thank you very much. And Louis or Luis, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know which way you want me to pronounce it. It's Luis, so I guess it's spelled Luis.
Luis, man.
Luis says, he says, ¿Cómo estás, amigos? Means, well, how are you guys? Friends. Hey, we're good, man. We're good. I put my kid in karate. I was wondering, is it a good art to begin with? Well, quite frankly, any art for a child is really good to begin with. I don't know how old your young one is. I'm guessing your young one should be at least 6 years old, because 6 or 7 years old, because unless you have an exceptional teacher and an exceptional student, I find that a lot of parents are just paying martial art instructors to just help their kid expend energy because they don't have the time to do it. Because I think 5 or 6 years old, I don't think kids can comprehend theories and concepts and applications or techniques. But again, there are exceptions out there. Yeah, I mean, so unless you want, if your kid is actually over 6 years old, maybe 7 and older, and I think karate, if it's traditional, is great as long as it teaches discipline, respect, focus. In other words, all the shit that they don't teach in regular school. I don't even think they teach that stuff in private school anymore. Larry, you're a private school product, right?
Yeah, no, it's been a little while, but.
Oh, look at how much of a rebel he turned out to be, folks.
Rebel without a cause. And I'm back with the beaver hat and the Ben Davis slacks. 30 packs of stoves, 30 packs of hose. No road gains and the propane flows.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Oh, dang it.
Because, goddamn it, this is not your segment. It's a segment of the people. I'm kidding. Carry on.
The people.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, so Luis, I hope that your young one is doing well in karate. Just as long as he's happy with it and he's looking forward to it, and it's a quality school, then that's all that matters. And as long as you can afford it, of course.
Of course.
Right. Okay. Now let's see here. Jason writes to us from the Cleveland, Ohio territory, and says, what do you think about TRT? and people taking TRT. Do you know what TRT is?
I do not. I know what TNT is.
It is a performance enhancer.
Oh, okay.
TRT is basically, I don't know what it does, but it's supposed to help you gain an advantage either, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it's supposed to help you gain an advantage cardio-wise or strength-wise or endurance-wise or something like that during competition. So TRT, I don't know if it's banned in mixed martial arts or if it's banned in competition, but a lot of times in professional, it is considered illegal, I think. I could be wrong about that. I don't know about other regular sports. What do I think about TRT? I'm very conscious about what I put into my body. When you're talking about now, if I'm making a whole lot of money, I still wouldn't do it because that's kind of like an unfair advantage. That's kind of like deflating a football. But we won't want to get into that. Now, see? So you do care about your pages. I see that smile.
No, it's a terrible joke. Terrible go-to joke.
Me and the rest of America, except for the people in New England, will understand. Yeah. So, yes, I don't agree with taking TRT. So that's just my stance on it. But I mean, brother, if you are thinking about doing it, man, I would urge you to consider it to consider what you're doing to yourself, because all the stuff catches up with you later in life, and your life is precious and and all that. So Amanda writes to us right in our backyard. Garden City, Long Island, New York. All right.
Nice.
And she says, hi, guys. Love the show. Unfortunately, I have a bit of a problem. My child's sensei is kind of like John Kreese from The Karate Kid. He yells. He gets angry very quickly, and I don't really know what to do about it. But my young one enjoys going to the class or going to classes.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do, and how should I work about this? Okay. Whoa, this is a tough one. Amanda, let me be very honest with you. I personally, I teach martial arts to kids, and I do not yell. I think I had mentioned this earlier in many, many podcasts ago. We've done so many, I can't recall, right, Larry?
Yeah, it's been right 19.
We're on episode 19, so we're almost reaching 2 decades here. So I had mentioned at one point that there's a very big difference between going 1, 2, 3, then going 1, 2, right? I mean, because quite frankly, and I didn't mean to yell at you guys, but it's just like there's a difference between giving instruction and then losing your temper and setting a negative example. If you're a good teacher, you don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to yell. You don't need to scream. All right. And you don't need to discipline in the wrong way. It's setting a very negative example, especially if your child is an impressionable mind, that is under 14 years old. Children and teens pick up things very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
This is a very moldable time. There's a lot of temptations out there. If he really is acting like a John Kreese, are you talking in terms of just him being angry, but yet he's a good teacher? Or is it the mentality that he's teaching his students? If it's both, I definitely take your kid out ASAP. The hell with that. Take him out of there or her out of there. Take your kid out because that's bad news. And I don't suggest you to go down that road.
Okay.
You know what? If you want to give me some more specifics, we'll do Amanda 2.0. If you want to give me some specifics, and then we'll talk about it on the air. Amanda, I hope you and your young one are doing well in the class as well. We have another question from Anello, or is it Agnello? I think it's Agnello. Is that your last name or your first name, dude? Because that's a little bit of an unusual name. Okay, but I'm guessing this says Agnello. My wife wants me to enroll her into an all-women's gym, but yet I want her to actually work out with me in our gym. What to do? Well, there's two ways that you can look at this. If your wife wants to go and hang out with the girlfriends and go to the gym and this is what makes her happy, do it. And now, this should be a question for the better half. Oh, by the way, only on the More of the Same network. Frank Messina and Larry Mormon. Every other Wednesday, better half on the More of the Same network.
I like it. I like it.
See, I can do those plugs too. Right? Now, this should really be a fucking question. You know what? Agnello, is that your name? I am going to take this question and I am going to give it and pass it over to Larry and Frank and have them answer it the next time. So, Larry, I'm going to forward the question over to you.
Okay.
And then, Agnello, it forces you to listen to the better half. Well, nobody should be forced to listen to the better half because it's a great podcast anyway.
And we may be live this week.
And you may be live. So, Agnello, call in and ask the question yourself. Or, so Larry, remember, the question is, my wife wants to go to an all-women's gym. However, I want her to work out with me in our gym that we normally go to. What do I do? All right?
Okay.
My personal belief is, I'm going to give my 2 cents. My personal belief, and let's see if you guys can compare notes over there in the other pod, is if your wife wants to hang out with the girlfriends and basically wants to just enjoy her time, hey, you have the house to yourself. And quite frankly, you can be in your own zone when, you're working out, because I'm sure that most guys want to get the hell out of the married life a little bit just to have a little bit of independence. And if that's your reprieve from the world and that's her reprieve, don't anger the monster. Okay? Make sure, happy wife, happy life, man. And if you want her to work out, then maybe you should compromise and have her come to your gym 2 times a week or something, and then have her go to her gym 3 times a week if you guys can afford that. That way she can hang out with the girls, whatever it may be. But there is a study actually put out there in Men's Health and Men's Fitness that couples who work out together actually create better relationships. They actually increase their coordination, their teamwork, as well as their endurance. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if that's endurance in the bedroom or not, but either way, it's good. Not bad, right? Last question comes from Oh, by the way, Agnello never said where he was from. Last question comes from Marcella, and I had to translate this one. And because it was written in Spanish, because she's writing to us from the international territory of Madrid, Spain.
Domo arigato.
Spain, not Japan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Konnichiwa.
I apologize to all our Spanish listeners. The tomfoolery or the buffoonery of my co-host has nothing to do with my views.
Kung Pao chicken.
Really? Wang, take over.
Oh, where's he going? What happened? No, come on. I was just joking. Oh, where's he going now?
Hey, Wang, who's winning between Broken Matt and Elias?
Come on. No, Wang, don't get in front of the camera. Wang, no, get away from the camera. Oh, Wang, for God's sakes, put pants on. What do I keep telling him this for? Oh, what? Wait, was that Wang? My God, Wang's on the air.
Oh,
I don't know what you're saying.
감사합니다.
Oh, what? Is that North Korean?
감사합니다.
What is going? Are you translating back to the homeland?
안녕히 계세요.
What? Can you put Anthony? Can you put Mr. Chu back on?
Oh shit! Wang, check that out. Broken Matt lost. Oh, and he lost to Elias too. Wang, what? Oh, well, I'm not happy with him right now. He just made fun of us. Well, he made fun of me, not you. You don't have Kung Pao chicken. You don't have food in your country. Who cares? Sit down. Just watch Raw. Stop crying, goddammit. You're making me look stupid. Anyway.
Well, you're losing track over there, my friend.
No, I'm losing track because of you.
Let's get to the last question.
All right, God. Okay, fine. So, God damn it. Don't rush me, corned beef and cabbage.
Oh.
Now, what do you think about Weight Watchers? It is actually in our country now, and I wanted to ask, what do you think of it? Is it a scam in America, or is this true or legitimate? I'm using Google Translate to read this, so I'm trying to edit this out or read it the best way I can. Gracias. Thank you.
It's funny we have this question because a friend of mine, Anthony DiDomenico, does a podcast, the Organized Cast podcast. Great show, him and Bill Morales. But he just, Monday, the night we're recording, he's actually starting a new podcast about Weight Watchers.
Huh.
So he's actually been doing really good on Weight Watchers. I know a few people doing good on Weight Watchers.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Do you know how Weight Watchers works?
It's like a point system. Like you're only allotted X number of points a day, and depending on what you eat, you subtract the points. That's really what it is. That, and it's a support group. Like you go to meetings each week, you weigh in. Everyone's there for the same reason, so you're really not. You shouldn't be like embarrassed or anything.
So it's a no judgment zone.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? Does it work? Does it not work?
I've seen it. I've seen it work. I know a couple people who've lost a lot of weight from it.
Okay. But I mean, in the long run, is it good for you? Is it healthy for you?
Yeah, you're losing weight. And you're still eating right. It's not like you're eating weird stuff.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I don't know anything about Weight Watchers. I just know that there are people that I've known who have used it. I've seen people who don't do it and really fuck up, and I've seen people who drop weight. Whatever the premise of it is, I'm just going to take it for for what you were telling me. I'm really not 100% sure on how things work. So, I would really inquire. I would go and do your research, Marcella, and see what and who has really it worked for and how and why. And again, it comes down to cost, how happy you are with it, and try to see if you can create some self-discipline to try to work it out on your own,
Fair enough.
But I think that's fair, right, Larry?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, guys, if you have any questions, comments, you need a shout-out, whatever it may be, please write to us at yinandyangpodcast at gmail.com. And I want to thank our fans, Louis, Amanda, Jason, Marcella, and Agnello for all, even though poor Agnello now has to wait for the better half to get another answer. But check us out, guys. Once again, yinandyangpodcast at gmail.com. Let us know what's up, and we will certainly be answering questions. I've been answering a few dozen emails throughout the course of the entire week, so I've just been really, really tired. But I love it, man. I love it because, again, we do this podcast for you.
Absolutely.
So, you know what, man? I'll be honest with you. I took a long exhale just now because I realized that this is the last part of our podcast here. Want to talk about something that has affected me personally for the last 4 years, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in a lot of senses. And Larry, if you'll please excuse me, but I'm going to try to take this one on a solo if I can, okay?
Albeit, I will mute my mic just in case.
Well, nah, man, you don't have to do that. But it's something that really hits home to me.
Go for it.
This past weekend was the 4-year anniversary of my cousin's passing. My cousin's name is Titan Lehigh. He's of Chinese descent, but he's born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago. He is a distant cousin of mine, but we have kept in touch within the last year or two. And I don't know how many of you have heard of this story, but I don't know how many of you heard the story, but back in 2014, I think it was on January 27th or the 28th, somehow, some way, somewhere, my cousin was an NYU student, was a freshman returning for his second semester, and from Trinidad, and he came to his dorm room. I think he went to a party. The claim is that he received some type of either magic mushrooms or some type of drug, and he took it, and he was high, apparently. And but we don't know how true this is. They said that he was naked. He took the elevator all the way to the very top, and he opened the door out at the top of the 15-story NYU dorm and jumped. And they found him dead at 3:15 a.m. in the morning or something like that. The irony of this is that I was just speaking to him a few days back when he came back to New York, and I said that I wanted to go out and hang out with him, and I told him, man, if you need anything, just hit me up or whatever, and we're close, and we're all given an innate amount of ability in our lives. Some people waste it, some people use it effectively. Titans was that his amazing, unique ability was the idea that he was an aspiring rapper, musician. He produced music back in his home country. Loved New York, loved New York City, loved America. He loved the vibe out here. And, he had such great potential and talent. And now I don't know, all I'm left with is just thinking as to what, he could have become. Because in about a week or two, it would have been his 23rd birthday. And because he only died at 19 years old. And when I read this and I heard about it, I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. It bothers me because how can why did this have to happen to all these people? Why couldn't it happen to anybody else, but it happened to my cousin? And why couldn't it happen? And I don't wish any bad upon anybody, but why couldn't some prick or some bastard in this world, why couldn't it happen to them? Why couldn't they get their just due? For all the sins that they've committed or anything that bad that they've done to anybody else. But why, now there's a lot of theories that are talking about how he was depressed, he was suicidal, maybe he committed suicide, maybe he, was a drug addict, maybe he was this and that. Listen, I don't want to hear any of this bullshit. All right, instead of concentrating on what he was or how he lived his life, how about concentrating on what he did as a human being and basically celebrate how he lived? Because he was only here 19 years on this earth. And I miss him. I miss him every day. And it makes me wonder, I just, if I can go back and stop this, or if, these things have ran through my mind, or I just don't understand why you didn't just call me and say, why? Like, hey, come meet me somewhere and, and just talk to me. I need, I need you there, or I need to talk to you for a second, and it's just amazing how life is just so precious, man. And it bothers me, and every time I listen to his music, and if you guys want to know, his stage name was TrizzyKidd, so it's TrizzyKidd, and he's done a lot of great songs, and he's left his voice on this earth, he's left his musical talent, but if he really decided to end his life, I say to you guys out there, it's not worth ending your life. You're put here for a reason. And if he did buy drugs from somebody, if this is all really true, or if he did do this to himself and he knew what he was getting himself into, or he couldn't handle the high or whatever the hell it was that killed him, I say to you, value your life out there. Because my cousin doesn't have a second chance to live, and anybody who else who's been in this situation doesn't have a second chance. Because once you're gone, you're gone. You don't come back. And quite frankly, I just, I'm trying to hold back tears because I will never talk to him again, for at least a very, very long time, God willing. And I hope he's all right. And I say to you, Titan, or AKA TrizzyKidd, I love you. I miss you. And I really hope that you're in heaven, man. As long as I do this podcast and as long as I'm on this earth, you will not be forgotten. And every year it bothers me at this time because I know that you're not, you passed on. So with the way I want to end this, I want to have Josh from Victims and Villains, just basically just give out his PSA because, guys, you need us. We're here for you, and please value your lives. Take care of yourselves. Please, hug your loved ones, whatever it may be, because I'll never have another chance to hug my cousin again. And thank you for listening, and thank you for putting up with me and giving me your ears and lending me your time. I appreciate it. God bless you all. We love you here at the Yin and the Yang. And please keep in mind, life is precious. So, Josh, please take it away. Good night.
Hey, this is Captain Nostalgia, host of the podcast Victims and Villains, a suicide prevention nerd news podcast. If you're listening to this right now and you or someone you know is struggling with suicide, please reach out. Suicide is currently the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. There are 121 suicides that occur each and every day successfully, with another 3,025 being attempted. Internationally speaking, there are over 2,000 suicides that take place each and every day. And by year's end, we'll have seen 800,000 suicides successfully. That's one death every 40 seconds. So if you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. You guys can either contact our show at victimsandvillains.net/contact, or you guys can also inbox us on Facebook at Victims and Villains. Or you guys can even call the Suicide Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or text anonymously to 741-741. There is always hope, and there is always a reason to hold on for a better tomorrow.
See, I'm riding around my city with my darker shades and my tank top. Port of Spain is my city, but these lanes thinking it's Bangkok. One time, paint the scene, Michael Jackson like Billie Jean. Hey, you rapping kid, but I'm killing everything like a menace in the game. Flow tight, skinny jeans. Get it, boy? I'm hot as hell. Killing swag is so basic. Catch me at the old base, snap back on some ballers on.